Okay, this video is practically a presentation for a school project I've been working on for the term. A goal project, a goal of our choice. Mine in question was to strengthen my mentality and build healthy coping mechanisms while playing Splatoon, a video game I really like, if you couldn't tell already. As much as I love the game, admittedly, I struggle with tilt, further known as the state of mental or emotional frustration, causing poor decision-making and lack of focus, which can sabotage a team from winning and such. And that's exactly what this project is all about. Without further ado, let's go to week 1. Peace out. This week was about utilizing the ability to breathe, to soothe my nerves, and focus efficiently. I'm sure it's scientifically proven somewhere. Sadly, I couldn't do a lot during this week, but I began to use this strategy during my day-to-day life, rather than exclusively on the game. And honestly, I felt like it's made quite the impact.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.
Yeah, so we were totally productive this week, chat. Jokes aside, there was a lot of stuff happening IRL, including a trip, and another passion project I was working on alongside. However, I did find some good use out of chewing gum, keeping my neurospicy brain stimulated, and ended up implementing it into my next weeks as well. Babe, wake up. It is time to lock in. And that's exactly what I chose to do this week, combining the first 3 coping strategies of our project so far, aka deep breathing, chewing gum, and this week's grabbing a snack. I could honestly say that this actually went really well, and I did pretty good this week. Not only just with the project in general with the coping strategies, but also just with my progress. I felt like I was already getting better within my mentality, and I felt like I had a better attitude towards the game. And that made me really happy. This was low-key supposed to be for week 5, but I ended up doing it here instead. Because I got really tilted and wanted to take a step away from the game and such. Overall, I felt like it was enjoyable and easier to kick back and relax for a while. Definitely felt better afterwards. Anyway, here's some footage of some of the games I played, because why not? I like water. Me when I drink water. For real, Slay Queen Baddie, let's go. Okay. I low-key had a hard time remembering, as usual. So I tried putting up a sticky note, and it didn't really change much besides adding a bit of decoration and character to my boring and bland desk. Although, even outside of this week, I have actually seen it help out a bit in my daily life, and I think that's amazing. Thank goodness. I should probably go drink water, actually. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna be so for real right now, but I can't remember how I did for this week. But I'm aware that I play with a lot of friends rather than my competitive team, and I noticed my behavior became increasingly more hostile and angry. I'm glad I noticed how I was doing with my well-being and took a pause on the project afterwards just to take care of myself for my own sake. Okay, so we couldn't really pull anything together, unfortunately, for this last week. Things have just felt heavy mentally, and I haven't had a whole lot of time to play Splatoon. However, something else has happened over the past week. I've been recently rediscovering my joy and passion for basketball, and I think that's overall a wonderful thing. Even if it doesn't directly affect my goal, I believe it is something worth mentioning. I did play Splatoon for a bit this week, and honestly did notably well. I did, however, have my moments of feeling overwhelmed and tense, but I was able to take breaks and bring myself back down to ground level and such. Besides all of that, I genuinely feel like this week has taught me more about myself rather than my goal. And that goes for more than just this week. It goes for this whole project. It was nothing about meeting a said goal, but it was more about just feeling accomplished with myself, feeling like I could do something for myself, feeling like I can do something to make me better, and just something that can be meaningful for myself. And that is what brought me here today. Thank you.